Donald Trump arrived at court on Thursday for his criminal trial regarding falsification of business records regarding the 2016 election. As he normally does when he arrives, he starts whining about how unfair he's being treated, how unfair everything is. And then when he got into the courtroom, there was a hearing on further contempt for Donald Trump's violation of the gag order. He's already been held in criminal contempt for 9 separate violations of the gag order. And now there was a hearing that was held earlier today on 4 additional violations of the gag order. Here are the violations that were discussed. In April 22nd, 2024 statement, moments after he emerged from the courtroom, Trump told reporters, "When are they going to look at all the lies that Michael Cohen did in the last trial? He got caught lying, pure lying." April 22nd, 2024, Trump told Real America's Voice in an interview, "The jury was picked so fast, 95% Democrats. You think of it as a purely Democrat area. It's a very unfair situation." Then you have April 23rd, 2024. Trump gave an interview with Action News in Pennsylvania and said Michael Cohen is a convicted liar. And then another statement on April 25th, 2024, when Trump spoke to reporters about a witness, David Pecker. Justice Merchan, the judge presiding over these proceedings, seemed most concerned about Donald Trump's statements regarding the jury and that creating this air of intimidation regarding jurors. There was one moment where Justice Merchan asked Donald Trump's lawyers, how could you possibly try to justify that statement that Donald Trump's making about active jurors in this case? To which Donald Trump's lawyer, Todd Blanche, said, "Well, Your Honor, Donald Trump didn't specifically mention any juror by name or didn't single out any juror," to which Justice Merchan again looked at Donald Trump's lawyer like, "You have absolutely zero credibility in my courtroom right now." Let me just remind you of the violations that Donald Trump committed. Justice Merchan has not yet ruled, but and MeidasTouch Network was the first to report on this interview. Our researchers found in Donald Trump's speech with one of these right-wing media outlets that Donald Trump had made this statement about the jury. We reported it first, and I think it was one of the most important moments of today's hearing. This is what Donald Trump said a few weeks back that's now subject of this hearing, what he said about the jury. Play this clip.
We know each other a very long time. How's your family holding up through all this?
Well, look, it's always tough when you can't go to your son's graduation. You know, he's a great student and he's a good boy, and you tell him you can't go to his graduation. This judge, who is a totally conflicted person, by the way, he should not be the judge of this case. He's so that nobody's ever been as conflicted as him, just about. But this judge said that you can't get away from the trial. You know, he's rushing the trial like crazy. Nobody's ever seen a thing go like this. That jury was picked so fast. 95% Democrats. The area is mostly all Democrat. You think of it as just a purely Democrat area. It's a very unfair situation, that I can tell you.
And, you know, as Donald Trump says that about the jury being 95% Democrat, just so you can see just one that's not true at all. And actually, there's no validity to that, like most of his statements. Also, notice he always just uses that number 95%. I've got 95% of support in the Republican Party, 95%. It's just one of the things that he says where he just says over and over again, just to come up with lies. Now, here, just so you know, coming out of the Trump camp, they still are claiming they're going to win New York and they're going to win New Jersey. Yet they say, which they're not, but they still say that the jury pool's 95% Democrat. Here, just play this clip.
We are capitalizing on the days he's out of court, and he is working to make sure that we are looking at states that the Democrats never thought we could dream of, like New York, like New Jersey. wait for more of this, Maria, because I think it drives him crazy on the other side, and Donald Trump is masterful at it.
All right, and the campaign.
Okay, now here is one of the other interviews that were the subject of today's proceedings, where Donald Trump had violated the gag order by making statements about Michael Cohen and making statements about these proceedings. This was an interview that Donald Trump gave to the one of the largest media outlets in Pennsylvania. And Donald Trump underperformed significantly in Pennsylvania. Remember, you'll recall that Nikki Haley received substantial votes there. Let's play this clip.
Shift to the trial, if we could, for 1 second. Where is your concern level at this point regarding David Pecker's testimony and Michael Cohen's testimony?
Well, Michael Cohen is a convicted liar, and he's got no credibility whatsoever. He was a lawyer, and you rely on your lawyers. But Michael Cohen was a convicted liar. He was a lawyer for many people, not just me.
Are you prepared to take the stand if it comes down to it?
Oh, sure, I'd very willingly take the stand. Right now, if you look at what the legal scholars are saying, and as I said, Jonathan Turley, McCarthy, Dershowitz last night, they say there's no case. There is no case. They brought a case that doesn't exist. And they're right. Other than we have a very conflicted judge. The judge is highly conflicted. He should recuse himself immediately. There's never been a judge so conflicted as this guy. He should absolutely recuse himself immediately. That's all they have. They have a good judge for them. But other than that, they have no case.
If you thought houseplants were just for decoration, think again. NeoPX from Neoplants brings science and nature together to create a living, air-purifying powerhouse for your home. NeoPX is the world's first plant microbiome system bioengineered to purify the air in your home. Indoor air can be up to 5 times more polluted than outdoors, mainly due to harmful pollutants called VOCs, or volatile organic compounds, that are constantly emitted indoors from thousands of common household products like furniture, paint, cosmetics, and more. NeoPX was invented by PhD scientists to target 3 of the most harmful VOCs found in your home, and is up to 30 times better than a regular houseplant at fighting indoor air pollution. It is based on 5 years of research and development to enable NeoPX to capture and recycle VOCs into useful matter like sugar and amino acids. Every month, you just pour the bioengineered formula called Power Drops onto the plant's soil to supercharge NeoPX's air pollution capacity. NeoPX comes with a self-watering planter called the Shell, so you only have to water it every 2 to 3 weeks. My existing air purifiers at home make up for a fair amount of my electricity bill, but with NeoPX, I can get clean air with just some sun and water, and it looks great in my home. When you purchase NeoPX, you'll receive 6 Power Drop pouches, and to celebrate the launch, Neoplants is offering a 7th pouch free of charge. That's 1 extra month of pure air. So go to neoplants.com/Meidas and the code will be applied automatically at checkout. Shipping available within the US and soon to many more countries. That's neoplants.com/Meidas.
And of course, Donald Trump showed up in court, and just so you can see it, I'm not going to play all of his whining, how cold he is. Just, for the news, the fact that I'm reporting on what's happening, the news value of it, let me just show you a small portion of it. But you could imagine this going on for like 4 minutes of him just doing this. But I'm just going to show you just a small amount because I can't tolerate his voice longer than that whining. Here, play this clip.
And they wait till I announce, and then they start their action, and then they wait till prime time, Super Tuesday. It all started Super Tuesday, the biggest day, which we won every single thing. I mean, Super Tuesday was a big day for me, but that's when it all really came into being. And who starts a case right smack in the middle of somebody's elections? It should be.
One of the things that Donald Trump's lawyers also argued in the contempt hearing earlier today was that President Biden made a joke about Donald Trump at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, where President Biden said that there's been Sleepy Don, and that there's I guess you can say there's stormy weather for Donald Trump. Here, let me just show you this clip.
But look, age is the only thing we have in common. My vice president actually endorses me. I had a great stretch since the State of the Union, but Donald has had a few tough days lately. You might call it stormy weather. What the hell?
And then let me show you this one right here.
I want to thank you for the warm welcome, but please, not so loud. Donald was listening. Sleepy Don. I kind of like that. I may use that again.
And then Justice Merchan responded, you're free to campaign. You're free to say whatever you want to say about President Biden. Just, you don't need to attack a witness. And you don't need to attack Stormy Daniels if you want to go after President Biden. Fine. Go after Biden, go after Democrats, go after Republicans, go after Uniparty, go after rhinos, go after anybody who's not a member of your cult. That's fine. Just, you're a criminal defendant in this case. There's a protected class of people, the jury, the witnesses, certain members of the prosecution team, but not the district attorney, and family members of this court and family members. That's it. That's it. It's a very small universe. You can say anything else that you want. You do say anything else that you want all the time. You speak too much. The judge didn't say that, but you don't shut up. Then the proceedings took place after the contempt order hearing. Justice Merchan reserved his rulings, just like he did last time, before finding Donald Trump in criminal contempt in the last hearing. He has not yet ruled on these new violations. And then we had Keith Davidson, again, take the stand. Just a reminder, Keith Davidson is the lawyer for Karen McDougal, who Donald Trump had the affair with while he was with Melania. And Keith Davidson is also the lawyer for Stormy Daniels. Donald Trump cheated on Melania with Karen McDougal, then he cheated on Karen McDougal and Melania with Stormy Daniels, and then made the hush money payments to both of them. And then what they were going over early in the morning was the settlement agreement with Stormy Daniels, and it had a liquidated damages provision so that if there was any violation, the Trump camp was insisting that there would be $1 million penalty. That's what liquidated damages, which is, it's likely unenforceable, but that Trump would want $1 million if the information got out about the sex that he had with Stormy and then McDougal. So that's what's being talked about early, and so far today. We'll keep you posted as we learn more throughout the day. Have a good one, and thank you for watching. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 3 million subscribers together.
Enough! Send him to the big house, not the White House. Get the new exclusive tees, mugs, and stickers right now at store.MeidasTouch.com. That's store.MeidasTouch.com.